Saturday night. It's 5:30 here on the East Coast, so even though it's not dark out in my head, I'm like, all right, Saturday night's starting. Thank you so much for tuning in. And obviously, I tried to do this last night at 5:30 at the same time, and I was having a bunch of technical issues, so I decided to come back on tonight to just do this again because I think the topic is just so important, and hopefully my internet will cooperate with me tonight. It looks like so far so good. I did a hard reset, but bear with me if for some reason it's having some issues. But yeah, so we're talking about alcohol consumption. We're talking about, you know, kind of how it fits into our weight loss, our weight maintenance efforts. And basically, it totally can. It can totally fit into your weight loss and your weight maintenance efforts. Of course, you want to make sure that you have the okay from your doctor for, you know, other health reasons, but it can totally fit into a healthy weight loss, healthy weight maintenance, healthy lifestyle. And so, again, some of this might be a repeat from what I talked about yesterday, but with the bad internet connection and with the, it didn't save when I like pressed to hit send so that it would stay it would live in the group so people could go back and watch. So I just decided to just come on here again tonight and to just do it again. So basically, alcohol. So alcohol is the fourth macronutrient. The three main macronutrients that you hear people talk about all the time are protein, fat, and carbohydrates. But there's actually a fourth macronutrient. And the term macronutrient it encompasses these four: protein, carbs, fat, and it encompasses alcohol too. Alcohol is the fourth macronutrient. Now, all macronutrients contribute calories. They contribute calories, energy to the body, which your body can either store or it can use. So alcohol has 7 calories per gram. Protein has 4, carbs have 4, and fat has 9 calories per gram. But alcohol has 7 calories per gram. And so, again, when your body ingests alcohol, it's not like it's taking in a vitamin, which is also called a micronutrient. A micronutrient, like a vitamin or a mineral, it contributes to your nutrition, but it doesn't contribute calories. So when you're ingesting a macronutrient, such as alcohol, again, 7 calories per gram, those are calories that your body has to do something with. So the way that you can make it fit into your weight loss or weight maintenance plan is, hi Renee, hi Michelle, hi Trinity. Thanks for tuning in again tonight. For those of you that were on last night, I had a bunch of technical difficulties with my internet connection, so I think we're doing better so far. But anyways, yeah, so alcohol's got 7 calories per gram. When you, say if you're following the SlimFast Plan, you're doing 1,200 to 1,300 calories per day. Well, where does alcohol fit in? So a glass of wine or a light beer, that's going to be about 120 calories or so. And thanks, Renee. I think it's an interesting subject too. That's why I was like, nah, I'm gonna come back on tonight and talk about it because I think it's super relevant right now, especially with quarantine. So I'm using kombucha as a demonstration liquid. There's not wine in these glasses. There will be later, but right now there's not. So I'm using kombucha to demonstrate. So this is a 5-ounce glass of wine. So this is what 5 ounces looks like. This is gonna be about 120 calories of your standard dry wines like Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc. Anyone that knows me knows that Prosecco is my absolute favorite because it's very low in sugar and I love the bubbles. But obviously Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, I think I should have said Sauvignon Blanc before. If I said Cabernet Sauvignon, I meant Sauvignon Blanc is white, Cabernet Sauvignon is red. Then you have Merlot, Malbec. There's a lot of reds that are very dry, which means they're not as sweet, and so they're not gonna have as much sugar. So you can enjoy a glass of that for about 120 calories. Now, this 5-ounce glass of wine is 1/5 of a bottle. So a bottle is 25 ounces. 750 mLs is 25 ounces. So technically there's about 5 glasses in a bottle. So if you're not measuring out your glasses of wine, which I don't know who does. You can kind of just take a look at the bottle and kind of like gauge, like, you know, if you're having a fifth of the bottle, then that means you're probably having a correct wine glass. But if you want to, you can totally measure out in a cup and pour and kind of get a feel, kind of train your eyeballs to know what a glass looks like in your favorite glassware that you have. So 120 calories. Hard liquors, such as hi Anchi, I always add the drink I'm having to my calorie intake. Exactly. That's how you can do it, you know? And that's where you can kind of really budget your calories for the day. So this is where the fruity tropical drinks, which unfortunately I'm seeing the news and I'm seeing that my friends and family at home in the Northeast and some other parts of that area, it was snowing today, which is crazy, but obviously it's spring, summer's around the corner. No matter where you live, hopefully by the time if we can all eventually get out and about, or even if we just have a little, want to enjoy it at home, some of us might want to enjoy like a pina colada or a margarita or strawberry daiquiris, those fun summer drinks. They're perfectly fine and they're fun, but keep in mind that they can be like 400 calories each, 500 calories each. So you really want to treat those as like more of an indulgence versus you know, versus like a glass of wine that you might have more than one of. Like you really want to treat those margaritas, those pina coladas, those strawberry daiquiris as an indulgent treat, because they're more like a dessert, especially mudslides, things like that. So enjoy in moderation, but keep in mind that you have to add those to your calories, or it could you could end up being in a very high calorie deficit because of those, and then that could kind of wreak havoc on your weight loss goals if you're having it, you know, a lot. So if you're someone that doesn't like wine and you do like to consume more of the liquor-based drinks, such as, again, pina coladas, margaritas, Mai Tais, things like that, there are definitely ways that you can do it in a much lower sugar, lighter way. And so, what do I have here? So this is 1.5 ounces of, this is kombucha, but I'm using it to kind of represent hard liquor. So 1.5 ounces shot or pour of hard liquor, gin, vodka, rum, tequila, whiskey, any of them, as long as they don't have any like different flavors added to them, like or sweeteners added to them, chances are they're going to be about 100 calories. So this is going to be about 100 calories. So say if you were to make a vodka martini and you were filling up a martini glass, and most likely you're going to have more than this in a martini. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you're kind of, again, not many of us are going out to eat right now. But hi Jennifer, hi Sakanda, hi Danielle. I hope you're all having an amazing Saturday, an amazing Saturday night. So yeah, if you're ordering a martini, or if you're making a martini at home, just kind of factor that in. Factor in the fact that, again, 1.5 ounces of the hard liquor is going to have 100 calories. And then if you add in sugary mixers, that's where the calories can really start to add up. So like a margarita, for example, there's a lot of amazing skinny margarita recipes out there. There's a lot of low-calorie mixers that you can find too, especially low-cal sour mixes to make margaritas. Like if I make a margarita, I'll do like the tequila, the triple sec, and then I'll squeeze some fresh lime juice in there with a little stevia packet. There's so many different ways that you can get creative with it. There are like light sangria recipes that you can get and you can find online. Like there's so many just different fun ways that you can really like get creative. But we are having a blast. That's good to hear, Jennifer. Awesome. I know it's beautiful. I don't want to talk about it because I feel bad for the people in the Northeast right now that have snow in May. But it is very beautiful in Florida right now. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll have our inside day tomorrow. Hi Donna, thanks for joining. So yeah, so that's kind of the general rundown of the drinks. Yes, skinny syrups. I have seen those. Swoon is a good simple syrup replacement that I use. There's so many of them out there. It's great. There's just a lot of options now. I always say, like, obviously this is not the keto group, but I always say, like, there's never been a better time to be, like, watching like, your calorie or sugar intake, or never been a better time to be doing something like keto or low carb, or even just, again, counting calories, because there's a lot of like great options out there and great substitutions. Hi Liz, how's it going? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hi Faith, I hope you're having an amazing day, amazing weekend so far. So you're taking into consideration the calories from alcohol. That's one thing you have to think about. Alcohol is high maintenance, I tell you. It's the high maintenance treat that many of us enjoy, but it comes with a little bit of baggage, so to speak. So you have your drink, you factor in the calories. You also have to factor in, I'm totally not, I'm not someone that can rise above this. I always get the munchies if I have a few drinks. It's just, I don't know, like food just tastes better after a couple drinks. So that's something you have to think about too, the fact that, okay, so say you have a couple drinks and there's a pizza around, or there's chips, or there's nachos, or whatever else you enjoy. Let's face it, our inhibitions are much more, they're let down a little bit when we're drinking. So you need to be careful. Aside from obviously like 100% goes without saying, like not to be getting in a car after drinking, not to be drinking if it's not appropriate for your health. Those go without saying, but it's still important to always kind of remind and bring that home. But just like always kind of realize that alcohol has the ability to kind of lessen your inhibitions, and one of those bad decisions you might make is having the munchies. So just kind of keep that in mind too. And now the last, one of the most important scientific aspects of alcohol, which I find fascinating, is the fact that when you ingest alcohol, your body has to put everything on the back burner. It's like, hold up to all the other nutrients that you just absorbed, that you just ate. So say you are, I keep using the example of being like out at a restaurant, but it's just a bad example right now because no one's really going out to restaurants. But say you are at home with the family, and you are you're making cheeseburgers on the grill, and you're having a cookout, and you're having some beers or some cocktails, and you eat the burger, and you just wash it down with a beer, or in my case, some Prosecco. Unfortunately, your body says, like I said before, like, hold up, like, we can't process, we can't digest the carbs and the protein and the fat from this burger. We need to attack the alcohol first, because your body's like, this doesn't do anything for me except for, get me tipsy, and my liver has to process it and everything. So your body's like, okay, at least the protein, the fat, and the carbs, those are giving me energy, those are doing something for me. They're providing me nutrients, they're nourishing me, but alcohol's not really doing anything for me. So it has to attack the alcohol first and puts everything else in the back burner. And so having a few drinks over a course of a night, I mean, not only are you attacking on the calories, but you're also just really screeching your metabolism to not a halt, but to a much slower pace than usual. So just keep that in mind. And there's definitely, like, I enjoy alcohol on a regular basis, and I'm able to maintain my weight, and I'm able to try to get past the munchies when it happens and things like that. And a lot of people I know do, and it's totally fine. Again, it could totally fit into a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet and a weight loss and a weight maintenance plan. But again, you just have to take into consideration kind of the three main things about alcohol, and that is factor it into your calories for the day. I think it goes without saying, if anyone that's been in this group for a while knows that myself and a lot of the really amazing success stories in the group, they all tracked their calories. They all used a tracking app. They tracked, if they were doing keto, they were tracking their carbs too, but if they were just doing the regular SlimFast Plan, they were tracking their calories. And so you can totally do that with the alcohol that you drink. Just track it in your calories, and then, realize that just the same way that if you were to eat an extra piece of cake on a Saturday night, sometimes you're going to be a little bit over, but we all need to kind of live our lives as well too, which is important. But you can totally track that alcohol and your calories, and make sure to obviously to ensure or to help support having a better morning the morning after. Of course, you want to make sure that you are drinking water and you're staying adequately hydrated, because again, on top of all the other things, alcohol is a diuretic. So that's why when you have a few drinks, you find yourself running to the bathroom more often, because it is in fact a diuretic. But again, on the plus side, there are, again, so many options and ways for you to still enjoy your favorite alcoholic beverages and to not derail your weight loss efforts, and to still be able to maintain your weight, to lose weight, and to incorporate this into your health and wellness journey in your I don't want to say everyday life, but in your your social life, or if you just if you're like a wine connoisseur, or you're someone who loves to cook and pair wines with food and things like that. I mean, it's definitely one of those kind of enjoyable things in life that we totally can really just we can really totally include it into our health and wellness journey and still achieve our health and wellness goals. So yeah, so I think I covered everything that I wanted to. And then I showed you, my demonstration liquid it's not alcohol, it's not wine, it's not hard liquor, it's kombucha. And I find that the fizz of kombucha is like a really good wine replacement some nights. If there's a night I'm like, I really would love a glass of wine, but I'm trying to not overdo it, or I had wine the night before. That's where I love kombucha. This is a really good brand, 221 BC. I think this is more of a Florida local brand. I don't know if they distribute outside of Florida, but you can find some great kombucha brands around the country, and just always try not to get ones that are super high in sugar. This one's got 5 grams of sugar per serving and 35 calories. So it's just and it's so this flavor's so good. It's so refreshing. So and it gives me that same mouthfeel, the bubbly sensation of wine. So that's why I like it a lot. So let's see. Hi Janice. Hi Jennifer. When I hear this, I'm glad I do not drink, but I love learning about it all. Exactly. It's right. It's one of those things why people that don't drink, I think, are why would you? I don't get it, but I guess I don't know. It's the experience. I personally love the taste of Prosecco, so that's why that's one of my go-tos. And yeah, it's funny. Hi Tanya. Yes, 100%. Calorie tracking. Renee obviously pointing out this super important point that calorie tracking really can be a game changer. And aside from just factoring in alcohol into the calories that you're eating for the day, calorie tracking in general, whether you're starting out on the plan or whether you lost the weight, you achieved your goal weight, but you kind of are seeing it creep back again, or you're maybe halfway to your goal and you kind of hit a plateau, this is where you want to pick back up with the tracking. And I always find it to be one of the best ways to just get back on track, or to start on a good note, because it's helping you to really see how much you take in on an everyday basis. And also it's making you more apt to measure, to use measuring cups or to use a kitchen scale. I usually just use measuring cups, but it's just a great way to really put everything into perspective, how much you're taking in on a daily basis, and also to pay attention to your hunger cues, to pay attention to your fullness cues. If you have reached your goal weight and you are tracking your calories and you're I'm still really hungry, my stomach's growling, I'm still really physiologically hungry and I need more food, that's when you can start to incorporate maybe an extra 100 calories a day or 200 calories a day. If you are tracking and you find that you're not losing, that's where you would want to make sure the portions that you're putting into the tracking app are the true portions that you're actually eating. And then of course there's a bunch of other strategies that we'll talk about from time to time in the group, about maybe lowering your carbohydrate intake temporarily to see if that can get things moving along. So yeah, a big fan of tracking, and again, like, Renee is an incredible success story. There's so many other incredible success stories that we all know and love in the SlimFast community, and most of them, if not all of them, found that tracking was just super, super helpful for them and just a game changer to help them achieve success. So Raquel, hi Raquel, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday, an amazing weekend. Yes, of course, Renee. Thank you for like chiming in and mentioning that, because I say it all the time, and it's nice to always like have people like really like success stories like yourself that are like, yeah, this totally was something that really worked for me. So awesome. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I hope you enjoyed this conversation about this super hot topic. And again, like it's a hot topic right now, but I think it's a topic that we all kind of always need to think about. But I was seeing like in the news that the alcohol consumption, alcohol sales have been just at a record high, like even since before Prohibition. So it's just something that, you know, just keep in the front of your mind. We talk about mindful eating, we talk about portion control, we talk about ways to kind of not give in to our boredom cravings or our stress eating and things like that during this really crazy, unusual time. But I think that's alcohol is another thing that we kind of just need to pay attention to. So thank you again so much for joining me, and have an amazing Saturday evening and an amazing rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday. Bye, everyone. Oh. Bye, Cannoli. My sidekick, always by my side. Bye, everyone.